Welcome to the weekend update for Liberty Leadership and Lives with Larry Linton, coming to you, as always, from the Goat Locker studio in Sevierville, Tennessee. Several items progressing on the local scene here. First is the wedding planning. It's on cruise control right about now. In a little over a month, I will be walking my baby girl down the aisle. I'm sure I will be suffering from a lot of allergies that day. Speaking of Kaylee, let me tell you that this young lady is so talented. I cannot wait for you all to see the stuff she has been working on for my campaign. She has so much skill that she can even make this old, retired Command Master Chief look good. Also locally, on the 7th of October at the Sevierville Civic Center, the Constitutional Conservatives will be hosting a presentation on constitutional rights, freedoms, and issues. The presentation will be given by a brilliant constitutional lawyer, Mr. Jeffrey Cobble. If you recall, I attended an event where he provided a presentation on states' rights, and it was awesome. This is better than must-see TV or binge-watching your favorite show on Netflix or doom-scrolling social media. If you are in town that day, please plan on attending. I have shared the information on my blog and my Facebook pages as well, and will continue to do so up until the event. Also, the campaign is moving along nicely in its early stages. I filed paperwork with the state and have got the ball rolling on other fronts as well. Speaking of my campaign, I recently received a campaign donation from one of my commanding officers from my time on active duty. When I thanked him for the donation, he floored me with this humbling reply, and I quote, "It is not a donation. It is an investment in defending our constitutional rights. I know you will manage the investment well, and the ROI will be liberty. I look forward to seeing the impact you will have. I would say good luck, but luck has nothing to do with it. Keep fighting and never surrender." Wow. Just wow. I mean, this commanding officer and I served together more than 15 years ago. And for him to offer me those words, as well as financially supporting my campaign, is quite humbling, to say the least. I will stand in the arena in defense of our liberty, because my oath does not have an expiration date. I will provide true conservative servant leadership for my fellow citizens while representing them in Nashville. It is encouragement not only from family and friends here in Sevier County, but shipmates from my time on active duty that keeps me in the arena. Okay, on to state news. Our lieutenant governor, who's also the Speaker of the Senate, is just about as weak as our governor. Governor Lee's response to the usurper-in-chief's proposed vaccine mandate was laughable in its tone. Lieutenant Governor McNally will not call a special session of the General Assembly because he believes it will do no good. Do you see how these Transpublicans care for the rights and freedoms of us Tennesseans? He's not even willing to fight for them. Of course the General Assembly can assert its sovereign power and authority to the federal government's overreach. Just how much in campaign donations is Lieutenant Governor McNally receiving from Big Pharma or other left-leaning organizations that are keeping him from acting? We'll start digging into that pretty soon. Meanwhile, here on this side of the state, and representing Knox County, Mayor Glenn Jacobs, former WWE wrestler Kane, wrote the usurper a letter and in a polite manner told the dementia-riddled child sniffer exactly what he could do with his so-called mandate. Our General Assembly should be filled with people like him and Senator Janice Bowling and Representative Griffey, all elected officials demanding a special session to assert states' rights in the face of overreaching federal government. On national news, it's been verified and is now being reported that Sleepy Joe's administration killed innocent civilians in Afghanistan in their rush to cover up their complete poop show of abandoning allies and citizens in that terrorist haven, in addition to sacrificing our service members on the altar of political expediency. There's also entertaining chants in college football stadiums all across the fruited plain the past 2 weekends in quote-unquote support of the most popular president ever, 81 million votes. We'll see if those chants continue today. Also, watch how this thing with the way out of body fat standards chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Milley, unfolds. He committed treason, but since it was against Orange Man Bad, he will not be held accountable. We're still waiting for the people responsible for the illegal spying on a presidential campaign to be held accountable. Don't hold your breath waiting for him to be court-martialed. Why? Because our government hates us That's why. Well, that's it for the weekend update. I pray you all have a wonderful weekend. Stand in the arena. Reveille, it's time to wake up.